Hello everyone, and welcome to the today's podcast by Tech Talks, powered by Intelligence. I am your host, Sanskriti Kadam, and
I am Krishi Shah. Today we have with us Nilesh Vaghela, who is the CEO of Electromech, a leading engineering and a cloud company based in India. He's also been a AWS community hero. Welcome on board, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm very thankful to you that given me opportunity to interact with you and with other people. So thank you very much.
let's start with some of the questions which we have gathered for you. Here is the first question. Can you share your journey from founding Electromech to becoming a recognized AWS hero?
Yeah, sure. It's a lengthy basically, but I'll try to keep as much as brief. So I started my Electromech Corporation in 1996 around in June. So there we started kind of at that time we have a hardware computer assembling was considered to be rocket science. At that time we started company and we started assembling computer. Then we thought it won't alone computer won't work. At that time networking part was kind of serial port as well as BNC connector. So we started networking part and then I come across open source in approximately 1998 and I was, very much passionate about open source. I liked the concept. At that time, it was very new, but I liked the concept and started learning Linux basically. At that time, it was one of the most popular one and tried to give some solution based on open source. So I started my open source journey from 1998 and then I started even community for Linux user group. So very popular community, vibrant Linux user group in 1998 to almost 2006 or 7. We started that. We run that community very well recognized. A lot of people have benefited from that. And then I moved to the Ahmedabad and started my open source journey in Ahmedabad and we got very good response in Ahmedabad. In 2013, somehow we are handling, some of the projects on AWS of open source. So they come across and, try to interact with us, like how you are managing the workload and what are you doing. So they offer us why don't you be partner? So we become a partner of AWS. And then I also created AWS community and started with Ahmedabad and probably 2013-14 the same journey started my technical journey with AWS cloud my company as well as it's parallelly basically my community work started in 2017 because of my community works they recognized me as AWS hero. So that was overall my community journey from starting from 1998 first with the open source and then probably the cloud community. So then they recognize me a hero and then a lot of things has been changed. We discussed like what all things has been changed.
So the next question is, what exactly inspired you to establish Electromech Cloudtech Private Limited?
Very simple answer basically. I'm Gujarati, so Gujarati has their business in their blood actually. So I did 1 year job in manufacturing company. Less time, less risk, and everybody agreed in my family, my father, mother, okay, you can do business as of now. So I started some business, and eventually I land into computer business and software business, and then cloud business. So I wanted to do some business, and that's why I started my company. So that's the only uh, inspiration, Gujarati blood.
Right. As a pioneer in cloud computing company, what do you think that sets Electromech apart in the industry?
So the philosophy of cloud or technology that we wanted to do definitely a business, but we wanted to do a valued business, not just sake of the business. So the best part is what I am enjoying is my business actually. Like
Hmm.
I'm enjoying technology. I enjoy innovation. So that is my business. So that is the first part. It's not I'm not just doing business to just earn the money. Definitely earning is one of the motto, but that is not the first priority. First priority is like, how much I'm enjoying this business, whether I'm providing some value to my customer or not. So that is totally, probably different than other company. Our motto is like, uh, help other company to grow in their business. So we help them to grow their business with our technology, our support, and other things. You might be wondering, many of our customer with us more than 20 years. So that's I can say one of the biggest achievement for us. And they believe us around 20 years of their business, and they have grown. We have also grown. So that's kind of partnership we are building, not just vendor and customer and vendor relation. It's partnership we are building.
Hmm.
Right. So being recognized as an AWS hero is a very big achievement, and very few in India are actually AWS hero, right? So how does that impact your professional journey?
Uh, Very big way actually. I believe there are some transformation happens actually. Once they will recognize me as a hero. Probably at that time, I do not know what is hero, and very few heroes were there in India. I was the, I think, second one to recognize as a hero. So it was like, they also started, AWS also started that hero program recently, or there are very less hero recognized. So I was the second hero in India. And probably I don't know at what it is actually. Once I visited like AWS office, then people recognize me. He's a hero and given me good actually recognition, and probably recognize me very well. And see, it's my journey basically. Then I transform like how this hero title can give you better. I can use this title better way and for the community as well as my business. So first is community definitely. So it was after recognition, people actually started recognizing me as a technology leader, and I need to prove that yes, I'm technology leader, and then I have to conduct certain workshop. Similarly, in my business also, I have to showcase like that. We are a good and innovated company. Those who provide good good solutions based on innovation and good services. So that keep me my service as well as my community bar always raising actually raise my bar very high. I have to be prove that yes, I am the hero, and I need to prove that every time. So yes, uh, there may be some pressure also, but I enjoy that. My community work as well as my technology is my passion. So this helped me a lot actually, and probably yes, it has opened some more worldwide, kind of a door for me to interact with other heroes and interact with the global community across the world. So that's it's opened my eyesight actually, and then I learned a lot of things from across the international people. We meet and network each other, and we help each other a lot actually. So that's probably one of the best part happened to me. I can say AWS hero recognition, that it changed my life, and I recognize it very well, and I can see my transformation of myself to share a lot of knowledge. Initially based at Gujarat, then India, and then now internationally also. So that happens because I am a AWS hero, and it put me pressure. So continuously learning, that is my passion. So that's not a problem. And yes, it has developed me a lot of skill also. Always help me to prepare before like executing something, giving some seminar, or helping some hosting some workshop, or a lot of other things. So yes, it is impacted a lot actually, uh, in both the way, professionally as well as community.
So, what are the key milestones in Electromech's growth trajectory under your leadership?
Yeah, so very simple. It's very simple. Probably I can say uh, four milestone basically. First, starting actually, I was the alone one at that time when I started my company. then I was not very keen to expand my company. Slowly and gradually, initial phase was, first phase was just give the technology solution which will be helping to the other industry. So that was the first. Second, I can say the training part. So we were in open source solution, and at that time Red Hat was very recognized company, and Linux operating system also. So at that time, uh, Red Hat has approached us. Why don't you be partner? And then we created, we signed up partnership with Red Hat probably in 2002 or 2003 when Red Hat started their journey in India. And they also help us. Why don't you set up? They ask us, why don't you set up your training business also? You are already good in technology, so why don't you start training? So we started even training, and training goes very probably at that time it was a rocket science. Linux was very difficult. It was not commodity at that time. So literally, like, we have very good. It was very well responded and very well recognized in Gujarat, and we started training. So that was my second milestone. Third milestone, you can say, when AWS has invited us to become a partner, and that was our third milestone in 2013. And 2017 was the fourth milestone, you can say, that I got AWS Hero recognition. So these are the kind of overall journey growth of Electromech. Started as a solution company, then we also added training part. Third, we also added AWS business, and last, AWS Hero recognition help us. Sometimes you don't need to now prove now that we are good into that. Hero recognition will help us to grow our business also.
Right, definitely. So, being a part of AWS Hero, you have traveled all across the world. Like recently, you traveled to Malaysia as well. So, how does international speaking and engagement influence your professional outlook at Electronic?
Yeah, very well. Actually, intentional speaking engagement gives you better confidence that you know a lot of things and people recognize you after once you finish your session. A lot of people come to you and say like it was very good session, and we learn a lot, and people wanted to take selfie with you. That is something amazing things. We never thought of these things these kind of things happen. So, and people are sending friendly connection requests on LinkedIn. Immediately probably you'll find per day 20 30 kind of request on LinkedIn. So almost I cross 20,000 plus LinkedIn connection as of now, last around 1 month, last 1 month only. So yeah, it's definitely professionally it is my network is increasing, and I also enhance my certain capabilities actually, how to speak and how to prepare, and a lot of other things happen. So yes, professionally, it helped me a lot actually, and it will influence my professional career as well as my company career, both the way. So yes, it is very much important you start speaking internationally, and that you can understand at what level you are, whether you are equivalent to internationally, or probably you are lacking something, or you require something more to be there. So it will prepare you for again raising the bar. So that's what I can comment.
So you just talked that you just got 20K, and I must say congratulations to you, sir, for crossing 20K now. So how does it help to grow your network and everything?
So there are two things actually: AWS Hero recognition and this 20K mark. So uh, 20,000 connection in LinkedIn. So every day probably I'm getting requests. Can you help me in my career? Can you help me or guide me about I'm in this profession. Maybe I'm in electrical engineer. I'm just starting my journey to cloud. I wanted to switch my career from some other domain to cloud domain, or please guide me. Some people even connect me and come to my office, and if they are near, then we connect, and I need to guide them. I'm always happy to help and guide them, because I have almost 28 years of experience in this field, started very early. So I'm getting more connection, and sometimes, people also help me in case, like, I want somebody like, let's try something like this. Like, you are also connected through my LinkedIn, right? So that is one of the things. A lot of people connect me through LinkedIn. Sometimes business also happens. Sometimes connection happens. Sometimes something guidance things happen. So it works very well actually. So this is now the era of digitization and digital era. So LinkedIn is one of the best platform to connect throughout the world. So yes, it helped me a lot in my personal growth as well as my company growth. I'm getting, probably it's amazing for me. I'm getting almost every post around 250 or 300 like within 3 to 4 days. That's amazing for me. I never thought of.
Great. So LinkedIn definitely helps in getting personal connects as well as professional connects. So my next question is, how do you see the future of technology evolving, particularly in the context of AWS and other major platforms?
So it's a very simple, like, it's one of the most important quote actually. We can take it from what was that Avenger, right?
Right.
That is when Thanos said, "I'm inevitable." So that's something like, a cloud platform is inevitable. You can't actually ignore the cloud, right? Some or some other way, or by any way you are touching, your cloud is touching daily life, whether you want or not. You are using a lot of cloud technology. A lot of things happen because of the cloud, right? Reason being, cloud is very easy. You can experiment a lot, and scalability is amazing. And at the same time, you can actually can be very secure. So I think cloud adoption will increase. Uh, AWS is leader, so they have established a lot actually benchmarks they established, and people are now matching that benchmark. So AWS is, yes, cloud leader, and I believe like AWS have a lot of other quality also, like leadership. There are 16 leadership principle. So if one can follow that leadership principle, probably you can also be a good human being, as well as your company also can grow, because they teach you not just a business, but your overall uh, humanity actually. So that is what AWS. I think AWS will also be there in terms of technology also, because of their culture also. So AWS is, yes, major player. The one thing I love about AWS is, which will be actually USP, I can say. AWS help other company to grow their business actually. So it's eventually kind of a flywheel. Once, like, any company try to use AWS, AWS helps them to grow their business, how they can utilize cloud to grow their business. So the company will grow their business, and they start using more cloud, because they grow, they scale. So they spend more on cloud. So that fly will always start. So it's very simple kind of logic, but people miss that. So they help customer to grow actually. They provide the platform to grow. So that is one of the best I think USP of AWS. I have not seen other competitor are doing this kind of things. They just try to sell something, not much interested in deep dive into the with the customer. They're not that much deep diving with the customer solution to understand their problem. They have technology and they wanted to sell the technology. So in AWS, it won't happen actually. I know AWS very well. Most of them are not just selling the main part is not to sell the technology. We wanted to solve some problem of the customer. So that is one of the best part. And this motto, if they continue, probably will see AWS will one of the biggest challenger in cloud. Yes, I don't say GCP, Google, or Azure will not grow. They will also grow, because of the it's a demand actually. People want more alternative. So AWS, GCP, Azure, Oracle, IBM, all will, like, definitely grow. But seems to be AWS will be in top three, or always to be top one maybe.
Yeah, they absolutely. Even we have gone through a lot of cloud platforms, and we have seen a lot of things. As what you have told, you are confident about AWS now, and I hope that your audience get a lot deep dive into AWS a lot because if they want to build their own startups. So a question was there, like, could you describe a particularly challenging project which you handled in cloud computing or open source technology?
So a lot of projects actually we have done, but I'll typically one of the game changing project probably I can tell you that is recent project. I have a lot of project, but recent project we did. So that I'll tell you because it is also one of the milestone, basically going to be milestone now. So everybody know generative AI, right? It's a boom actually, Chat GPT. So we never thought like we will actually provide solution based on generative AI, but somehow we check actually and we try to give certain generative AI solution based on the AWS Bedrock technology. And you might be surprising like without much of code writing, we actually build certain solutions and it is implemented. So probably one of the customer, our university, that first we have given that solution to the university. They have 5 lakh of students. So and we have created a simple AI students intelligent chatbot actually. So instead of like because it's a huge university, so there are a lot of URLs, and to find something from that URL is always difficult or it is tedious also. And when there are multiple information from multiple URL, it is tossed, that you lost actually. You can't actually get all the information. So that AI assistant can combine all the whatever your query. It will automatically combine context and give the nice way. So that was for very important for us, going to be a milestone for us, that without coding we have given a solution which is based on AWS technology as well as open source. So we combine both the good part, some open source component and some of the AWS, and we combine it, integrated it, and given the solution. And now we are working on that. So we have a lot of other solution also, Jane AI. So this is a very simple approach that we started, no code, low code kind of a platform. We try to do that and it works very well. So generative AI, now we have provided a lot of, started a lot of solutions, very simple approach and, very quickly. So we have given that solution within, 7 days only. So 7 days, let's try. So that helped us a lot.
Wow, that sounds an amazing project. As you had mentioned that you had done a Red Hat training, so how did that influence your approach on cloud and enterprise solutions?
So Reddit training is my, first passion actually, because I love providing trainings actually. Or rather say not training, but sharing the knowledge. It can be a workshop, it can be a seminar, it can be any other things. So I love to share, knowledge. So by default, somehow, that training capability or trainer kind of capability I have, I I'm very well to connect to the people. Maybe I'm not very good orator, but I'm very good communicator. So once somebody will communicate probably in whatever language or without any language, somehow they get confident on me as a human being, and that is one of the most important part of training. Trust. People trust on you, and then you can probably help them to guide them. They actually then open up you, and you can solve certain problems. You can train them very well. You can guide them very well. So Reddit training is one of the most important part. I love Reddit training. Reason being, all Reddit trainings are hands-on training. It's not like read and just theoretical training. So that's why it has open kind of my uh, uh, you can say brain, and I started thinking a lot of more actually because of Linux. Red Hat is a Linux, and initially Linux, or today also, if you wanted to use Linux or provide certain solution, you have to type something. It won't work like click and click. So you have to be always uh, finding something, and then a lot of things has to be done to use Linux very well. So that's why actually Red Hat training helped me a lot. At that time, very few people know Red Hat. Still, a lot of people know me as a a good Linux technical person, and that's lead me to the cloud. So, and even enterprises. So a lot of enterprises started using open source Linux as a platform. Now it is very well adopted, but initially it was very difficult to provide any solution, and less resources were available. There were no internet, no WhatsApp, nothing was there. At that time we started, Red Hat training. So I think my journey was Red Hat training helped me to adapt new technology mindsets, and to how to provide solution to the enterprise, design the solution. So that is one of the most influence uh, technology, or rather a phase for me, Red Hat training. Today also I conduct certain Red Hat training. I'm not getting that much time, but still I love to provide certain session. So that's for that answer question.
So, what are the top three qualities which you believe every successful tech leader should have in them?
Difficult question, but I'll try to answer my way. I pick my three uh, kind of qualities. First is to be a good listener. So try to listen. Listen, it just not just to listen a person, right? It can be listen in the sense overall environment, what people are talking, what technologies is new things are happening. So you have to be aware about what things are uh, happening across the world, across the environment, and what people are talking. So listening is just not listening to the other person. Try to listen across the world. So that is the first thing you need to understand, aware about what is going on. You have to be very well equipped. Try to find out good network so you can be a understand what is going on overall in network. Second is passionate. You have to be very much passionate about whatever you do. Uh, Almost you can say give 100% always. Whatever you do, give 100%. Prepare yourself, and that passionate. Without passion, you can't do that. So if you are not interested, don't do that business or work or anything. Passionate people can change the world. So that's kind of one of the most important thing. Last part, that what I believe is something called innovation. Innovation is very difficult once at certain age. It is very difficult to adapt. But if you started your journey by adopting new things, try to adopt new innovations and start your journey, help people. So that is one of the best part probably I come across. So first is listen, second is patient, and third is try to adopt the innovation and try to provide a solution based on new innovation. Be courageous to adopt innovation. Change is always going to be there, so adopt the changes.
Changes are the only constant, as we say.
Yeah,
So,
correct.
um, yeah. So, could you share more about your recent speaking session at AWS Community Day at Malaysia?
Yeah, so everything started when we had a Hero Summit at Seattle, USA. And we had all across the world, all heroes were there, 200 plus heroes. And it was a 3 day summit, and a lot of things happened. And AWS helped us to understand the roadmap, certain new technologies also. We interact a lot of things. So I also interacted a few heroes, and one of them is, Mr. Kaushik, actually. He's hero at Malaysia. And that encouraged me, why don't you, why I can't be, participate in their community day. So Community Day is one of the probably what we can say a flagship event of the community. No involvement of AWS, but that is we call AWS Community Day, event for the community by the community. So that is the event. So AWS won't actually involve that much. It is everything will be done by the community. Those who are working part time or as per their passion. So generally everybody open, every community they open their CFP for the speaker. So I also submitted my CFP and somehow they selected. and they invited me. Why don't you come and speak? So I have given one topic, and I prepared myself with some demo also. So that was a extraordinary, kind of experience for me, Kuala Lumpur, and I got overwhelming response there. Not only like my session, but I got very much hospitality experience from Malaysian AWS community. So they helped me to understand what is Kuala Lumpur. They uh, helped me to visit certain places, which is very important. They guide me a lot of things. They took me in a lot of places also, and that was extraordinary hospitality experience that apart from India that I have in Kuala Lumpur. So that's professionally session as personally I got very good experience at uh, Malaysia.
So, what are the key skills do you think are necessary for the next generation of cloud engineers to hop on?
It's a very there are two probably contradictory statement I have to do, but I believe that contradictory is like first you stick to your foundation. You have to create your foundation. If you are
Hmm.
not good in foundation, then you cannot build your any technology on the top of that. Today's generation are very quick actually. Probably I can say the Google generation or now Chat GPT generation sort of things. They want
Yes.
everything quick fix. That works actually. I don't deny that. You need to do that also, but also try to understand some of the things as a foundation, right? Get your foundation very good and build something on the top of that. So that will help you, better foundation, better stability, and better result also. So first is create good foundation, whatever you believe, maybe data analytics, maybe AI, maybe you know system admin, SRE, DevOps, development, anything. But create your foundation very well. And second, obviously we cannot actually forget generative AI. So generative AI is everywhere. So try to utilize generative AI as much as possible, right? I say possible. I don't say don't use it. I'll say yes, you have to use it. But if your foundation is very good, generative AI will be give you 2x or 4x more good, better result actually. So use generative AI 100%, but with your better foundation. So that will give you how to use generative AI better way. So I believe like foundation first, you have to be very good, clear your foundation, adapt generative AI or whatever new technology. As of now, I can say generative AI, but adapt new technologies to make now your domain very well expert living. So that's what I believe.
So I was just wondering how could how difficult it is to integrate foundations as two complex technologies like Gen AI together.
Yeah, foundation will make your understanding very clear. So if you quick fix, probably your understanding is not very clear, right? So in that case, you fix it actually, but you can't actually think certain limit beyond, because your aim is to quick fix, not actually corrective action or something else, right? You can't think beyond that. So if you have better foundation, you understand this is a good quick fix, but I need to do something else also. So it will be more better. It never happen again, or maybe some alternative you are also think. If you don't have that foundational understanding, you will just quick fix. Quick fix is necessary, 100%, but better than quick fix is it will never happen again. The quick fix has to be permanent or even better. It gives you better result. So that's why foundational understanding will give you better utilization of new technology. Foundation is going to be always there, right? Whether it is in business or technology or everywhere. So I believe if you have better understanding of foundation, you can utilize generative AI better way. It will provide you better result.
Yeah, like definitely we can, like apart from getting these quick responses, we need to brush up our skills, especially in basics and even. Yeah. So what are some of the key aspects which companies should consider when they are scaling up in cloud-based platform?
Very simple and easy answer is cloud native approach. So what we call is, cloud mindset basically. You will not be benefited if you move your simple server to the cloud. You will definitely get cloud stability, security, and other things, but you will not get better, output from the or optimized output from the cloud, right? So you have to think of cloud native approach actually. So cloud native approach is a lot of other things basically. Just one thing is, kind of break your system into smaller part actually. Kind of, maybe we can say it microservices. So you have to always keep your, bigger solution into small step. Like just for example, we wanted to walk 100 step. You wanted to start with first, second, third, fourth, right? So try to divide your whatever activity you want or whatever the solution you wanted to build. Try to divide into as much as possible smaller one. Then that smaller project will be executed as an independent way, and that can be scale up individually. So you don't need to worry about very large scale application. You're handling 100 very small application, and each application can scale its own way. So that the approach probably one of the way cloud native approach. So instead of building something and then say, okay, let me host in the cloud is wrong. It will give some, benefit of cloud, but not the full benefit. So before writing any application, before starting thinking of some solution, the right thing is at the design only introduce cloud. So that's a cloud native approach. Then design your application, then select your platforms, select your database, select your tools and technologies. That will help you a lot. So that's I call cloud native approach, right? That is the only one thing I give suggestion to all the companies.
Hmm. So, what's that most exciting or most innovating stuff that is currently happening in cloud computing technology?
My pick is quantum computing. There are two reason basically. There can be many, but I pick two reason basically. One is massive computing power. Massive computing power in the sense like key you wanted to like decrypt. It takes maybe 100 or 1,000 year. You can do it within 15 or 20 seconds if you truly utilize your cloud computing. So that is amazing thing. Second part is because of the nature of quantum computing or the submolecular, the networking will be amazing fast. Maybe you can say terabytes or petabyte of speed of networking. Once it is realized, the quantum computing network will be established. You don't require wire there. You can start communicating terabytes of speed or petabyte of speed. So these two, quantum computing can gives us, or rather say quantum technology gives us amazing computing power and amazing networking bandwidth and uh, kind of what we call latency. Very, very almost less than latency will be zero. It's kind of a light speed. So that's why quantum technology will grow our overall computing or networking very fast. It is in, still it is in what we call research and development phase. But I don't think like, it will take much long time, maybe 4 or 5 years, that's fine. Everybody started using quantum computing, and quantum computing will be offered through the cloud. So that will make much sense actually.
So how do you cultivate innovation within your organization?
Two things basically, simple answer like, encouraging and motivating. So what I'll do is I'll help our people to like, encourage them to utilize more technology. We help them, kind of gives incentives if they present some seminar or maybe a workshop for internal workshop. We incentivize also, we encourage them also. If you just for example, if you present some small topic in internal talk, we'll give you kind of a gift or maybe kind of 1,000 rupees as incentives. So people started participating, that they try to like participating and give some new topics and small talk, actually 30 minutes 1 hour kind of talk. So that's, we generally try to encourage people to adopt innovation by incentives way, by encouraging way, and by experimenting. So that's what we are doing at our organization.
Yeah, that's great. So, what's that one piece of advice that you would give to nurturing cloud computing enthusiast?
What I believe is like, keep simple everything. Try to keep simple. Don't make it complicated, right? Keep it everything very, very simple. Don't try to make complicated, or try to break all complicated thing into simple way. And don't believe anything, this will happen, that will happen. Try to work actually, right? So that is very, keep it everything simple. That is what I believe. uh, to all, like, uh, that is a one thought probably I'll give to everyone. Keep it very simple actually, right? Don't try to afraid. If it is very big task, then also you can divide into hundreds of small tasks and simple tasks. So if you once you achieve simple task, probably easy to achieve, the big task or complex task. So keep it simple. That is what my advice.
So let's start with some rapid fire questions which we have gathered. Like you just need to answer in one word or in one line, and it will be fast and fast questions which we will ask. So let's start. All of you are ready now
I
for
am
the
ready.
questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's that one word which you would describe your leadership style?
So that I love that word called Captain Cool. So probably I'm very cool minded. So that's Captain Cool is actually my leadership style.
The next is coffee or tea during working sessions.
I'll give not coffee or tea, but green tea is better.
Yeah. So favorite tech conference or event you have attended?
So reinvent is one word, but reinvent is AWS, one of the largest technical event. Every year they host that event in USA, Las Vegas, and it's amazing event, a once in lifetime experience. And as a hero, they invite us to attend the event, and to and fro and everything will be provided by them. So that's the biggest event and biggest experience I have. One of the best event I would love to attend every time.
What's that biggest challenge in cloud computing today?
Mindset. So people need to come out with, their mindset. So I believe it is a mindset. You have to be proper. You need to understand it, cloud native way, and you have to change your mindset. I don't say cloud is solution for all, but yes, if you understand cloud very well, at least you can figure it out. In this technology, cloud works. In this, it won't work. So I believe cloud mindset is one of the most important part.
Your go-to productivity tool or app?
WhatsApp, I believe, it's very simple but very easy and very effective. So a lot of businesses are also running on WhatsApp. So my peak is WhatsApp.
Yeah, so I must say your, the knowledge and everything, even your advice which you gave to the our audience, it was totally insightful. And do you want to say some more lines about yourself in the end?
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me and interacting nice way and sharing. I love to share my experience in many way, and this is one of the way. So I really thankful to both of you, Krishi, Shah and Sanskriti Kadam. Right. So thank you very much for inviting me. And both of you seems to be very young, and whatever you are doing, keep doing it, because it seems like you are spreading good awareness about experienced people. I don't say only experience, but you can take interview of some young people also. So overall knowledge sharing is one of the best, and you are doing good job actually. So I really appreciate both of you.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. We hope you get a lot of success in AWS Ahmedabad group as well as Ask AWS Community Hero. For all the audience who have joined with us, thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe.